end the record. Yeah, we're live. Yeah, okay, ready? All right, now record. Good evening, everybody from Gilbert, Arizona. This is the 6A State semifinal game. My name is Jack Johnson. Alongside me, Jack Loader, Scott Sanduli joining us up in the broadcast booth as well for tonight's game between Highland, the number 1 seed, and Red Mountain, the number 4 seeded Lions from Mesa. It is currently 14-0 as you see on the scoreboard. You won't see much of the game because those television rights are broadcast by the NFHS network. So this is somewhat of a simulated radio call. But as the clock ticks inside of 4 minutes and 30 seconds in this first quarter, let's update how Highland has established a 14-0 commanding lead. It's been their offense, which is kind of stagnated before the playoffs, is starting to pick up in recent weeks, and their championship level defense is now doing work against Red Mountain's offense. Gage Daly just threw a touchdown pass to Hunter Stewart, capped off a nice drive, and then their first drive of the game, Carson Molyneux was really the bell cow on that one. That's right, 2 scoring drives. They were both pretty starkly contrasted to each other. The first one was long, death by 1,000 cuts. And this one was the knockout punch thrown by Daly over the middle of Stewart. So it is 3rd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left. Huge play in this game early. Crispin takes the snap. He throws over the head of his intended target. They'll make it 4th down and 5. Jacoby Lane was running deep down the middle. Nice coverage there by Kyle Wright. That was Crispin's first look. That was for his big. Cody Cameron told me pregame, 6'5", 190 Jacoby Lane is an elite passing weapon. So big target, but he missed him on the play. And Red Mountain has to punt it away. Snap will come from the 15-yard line, gets it away. It's a high spiraling kick. Crandall's going to let it go. Bounces at the 27-yard line. Bounds out of bounds at the Highland 22. 3rd drive of the game. So far, Highland 2 for 2, scored touchdowns on both of them. And they're trying to really put this game out of reach in the first quarter, as they did against Mountain Point.
Yeah, a score here would put Red Mountain in quite the hole, down 3 touchdowns before the end of the first quarter on the road in a playoff game. They need to stop right here desperately.
Daly back into the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, handed off Molyneux, slips off the first tackle, 34-yard line, and out near a Highland first down. We'll see if they give him the sticks. They do. So 12-yard pickup for Molyneux. Caleb Miles with the tackle, and that's good for a Highland first down. Out to the 33-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Daly takes the snap, 4-man rush. He looks left, he throws left, just over the head of his intended target.
That's the first off-target throw we've seen Daly throw tonight. He had a missed check down earlier, but that one with 20 yards on the line, that was the first throw of true significance that he couldn't hit right there.
Cole Rude running a deep out, and he's gotten a lot more attention on offense in recent weeks. 2nd down and 10 from the 32. Ball in the center of the field. Gage Daly with Carson Molyneux joining him. He's the running back. Doubles on both sides. Handoff Molyneux. Big hole. Turns it up the middle. Nice tackle by the Red Mountain linebacker. An open field tackle. Molyneux could have run for a lot more if he got out of that.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Going east to west from that Red Mountain linebacker there to plug a gap that was, as you mentioned, a vast opening for Molyneux had he broken that.
3rd down and 5. They need the 42-yard line.
Big play here.
Daly takes a snap. Pressure comes on a blitz. Daly comes right through the middle and runs for a first down out across the 45-yard line.
Yeah, great awareness there by Daly. Didn't even have to take the time to look at his reads. He had a wide open hole right through the gaps. Great plays by the O-line. Great plays by the O-line to get himself that gap right up the middle. No linebackers in the area. Beautiful choice to run there.
Had he looked at Trujillo, had him wide open on a wheel route, probably would have scored.
Ooh.
Just on the near side here.
3 wide receivers, ball at the 48-yard line, near side hash handoff. Steven Trujillo dives over a defender and gets across midfield into Red Mountain territory.
Look for Highland to start to keep it on the ground a little bit more. They're going to stay up tempo, but up 14 if they're in a little bit of bleed clock mode.
Yeah, got your lead. Try to see how much time you can take off. It's still the first quarter, a lot of game to go, but they sure look keen on holding the ball and keeping it out of this Red Mountain offense hands.
4 wide receivers. Daly fakes it to Mono, throws over the middle, intercepted. Went over the head of Hunter Stewart, and the pass was picked off by number 21, Xavier Sanchez.
Yeah, just overthrew him right there on the left side. Hunter Stewart had a bit of a crease. If he had caught the ball and gone a little bit to his right, might have had a house call right there, but just a little overthrown, and Daly pays the price.
Another reason to keep it on the ground.
And could that be the lifeline that Red Mountain has been desperately looking for? As they've been splashing around in this first quarter. Now with just over a minute, the Lions have the football for the 3rd time. They've been shut down so far by this Highland defense.
Junior quarterback Carter Crispin, he's got to lead his team down the field here.
They got 4 wide receivers. Crispin sends a man in motion. It's a short toss coming to the near side. And Highland ready for it. Zeke Nauta in on the tackle.
Flag comes in late.
Flag comes in. Lennox Lawson got the carry.
Yeah, it was an interesting play call right there with I don't want to say shovel pass, but the little short toss to the wide receiver in motion. But he got himself a good 6 or 7 yards off the left side. Highland, they reacted very well to it, but on a play like that, a play call you don't see, it is kind of an extra yard situation where you're going to give up a couple yards you didn't expect to.
And the penalty flag goes against Red Mountain.
Personal foul, late hit.
Ooh. So they're going to replay first down and march the Lions all the way back to the 23-yard line.
Not what the doctor ordered.
And that's actually going to be a loss of down as well.
Oh, wow.
So a 9-yard loss on the personal foul. 2nd down and 19 coming up. This ball will come from the left hash. 4 wide receivers in the formation. Crispin takes the snap. Short pass. Near side pass is caught. Getting around a couple defenders and then out to the 30-yard line where he's tackled. And it was Tavion Swing who made the catch. 3rd down.
Swinging a cornerback and a wide receiver as a freshman, certainly proving his value on this Red Mountain team just in his first season, hoping that this isn't his last game in his freshman season with the Lions.
So it's still 3rd and long. 20 seconds on the play clock.
Allen drops 7 into coverage. Look for Jacoby Lane to get 2 friends running with him.
Crispin takes a snap. It's a drop-off screen. Pass is caught at the 30-yard line. 35-40, 45-50. First down, Red Mountain.
Yeah, I don't want to say lackadaisical coverage, but certainly a big hole right there for the Red Mountain running back right there to make that kind of play. And Highland lucky to be able to stop it, but Red Mountain now on the plus side of the field.
Red Mountain driving in Highland territory at the 47-yard line. That play was the last of this first quarter. First quarter dominated by Highland until the turnover, which is sparked this Red Mountain drive. Let's see how the Lions cash in as we go down to the sideline. Get an update from Cam Miner, our sideline reporter. Cam, what have you seen down there?
As I'm down here, and what I'm seeing is just locked in, focus, and confidence. The offenses came out and played like they haven't all season, coming out scoring 14 in the first quarter. Usually they come out to a slow start, but that's not the case today. The players, I'm over there in the huddles, the players are telling the coaches exactly what they're seeing, and the coaches are listening. Aside from that, from the interception thrown by Gage, they've really come out banging. And the defense, they're doing what they always do, holding the other team to 0 points, and really they're just playing with confidence. And if they keep this up, they should be ready. They should be ready for next week.
Thanks, Cam. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. After the first quarter break, we flip fields. Jack Johnson, Jack Loader, Scott Sanduli on the broadcast. And Red Mountain driving after a Gage Daly interception picked off by Xavier Sanchez. First down and 10 from the 47. Crispin takes a snap, fakes a jet sweep, drops it off near side, and that pass was thrown a yard too far in front of his intended target. It's number 34.
Personal injury attorney. How do you know if I'm the right guy to settle your claim? Because I got this scale thing? Nope. Because I have all these law books.
Second and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Red Mountain going to a huddle. This crowd, which was so raucous at the start of the game, has now quieted down a little bit.
Yeah, new quarter, new opportunity here for Red Mountain. Down 2 touchdowns, but getting that interception at the end of the quarter. Plus side of the field, second down, but
Jacoby Lane down at the bottom of the screen, getting two defenders.
But they look left after they snap it. Pass is caught. Short gain. Nice tackle on the far side of the field. Tavion Suing made the tackle, and Nauta made the tackle.
nice open field wrap tackle out there. Probably saved the first down from happening, now putting pressure on Red Mountain to convert on this 3rd and 6.
Third down and 6. Red Mountain breaks the huddle.
Got to be 4-down territory here. Gain a chunk of it even if they don't get it all.
4 wide receivers, 3 of them stacked in a trips formation to the far side. Crispin takes the snap. Pressure comes, but he drops it off. Far sideline, short gain. They just get near the 40-yard line. No further. They needed the 36. It's going to be 4th down and decision time for this Red Mountain coaching staff.
Yeah, down early like this after the first quarter in which you really got dominated. If I'm the Red Mountain coach, I'd be going for this right now.
Yeah, I don't agree with this decision at all.
Yeah, it looks like they are bringing out the punter.
Unless they got some trickery up their sleeve.
And Highland has 10 men within 10 yards of the football. And don't really look like they're in much of a punt return formation, just in case Red Mountain decides to fake it, but they'll punt it. And he skies this one. A lot of hang time. Cole Crandall going back.
Oh.
Muffed it. But wait, there's a penalty marker, and Red Mountain likely interfered with this. Players crashed into Crandall as he received the ball on the ground.
He got interfered with, and he jumped back on it. So, crisis averted there.
Kind of a heart-in-your-throat moment for a second. It was a really nice punt by the Red Mountain punter, number 49. He skied that one.
Carson Moderer.
Yeah, good positioning. Got Highland, it looks like for now on their own 10, but this flag I think is going to help them out here.
Yeah, this is going to be kick-catch interference against Red Mountain. It's going to take the ball from where it currently sits at the 17-yard line, and they're going to march them likely 15 yards up to the 32.
I can't wrap my head around the decision to not go for it on 4th and 4 at the plus 44-yard line when you're down 14. I mean, what your defense, besides one interception, hasn't shown you that they can stop this Highland offense. I don't agree with that decision.
Gage Daly takes a snap, handoff Molyneux. He charges through the right side, picks up 1 or 2 yards, gets to the 32 on first down, which will bring up second down right near the 30-yard line.
Going back to what you said, Jack, that decision to punt the football, I personally would have made the choice to go for it on 4th and short, but Red Mountain seems to trust their defense despite the slow start. This is a team that's won on defense all season, so they're going to need quite the effort right here to keep themselves in this game.
Chase Patton motions out into the slot. Gage Daly sends some directions his tight end's way. They're in the pistol formation. Snap will come from the 30. Gage Daly takes a snap, handoff Molyneux again through the middle. And the Highland Hawk offensive line trying to push him forward, but he's driven back near the original line of scrimmage for a short gain.
Highland can keep, I say this almost every week it feels like, but they are really going on first and second down, getting positive plays, setting up third and short. Not quite in the midfield segment here, but I think they're still looking at 4-down territory if they can bite off a couple yards of this 4 to go here on third.
3rd down and 4. Brock Farrell is not afraid to go for it, even on his own side of the field. Gage Daly joined by Trujillo in the backfield. Daly takes a snap. He'll run. 35, 40-yard line. Daly, lot of space. Cuts it back to the middle. Another juke move down to the 35 of Red Mountain. An electric run by Gage Daly. And he breaks that one from the 33 all the way down to the 35-yard line of Red Mountain.
We've praised Gage all year for his arm and his smarts in the pocket. Tonight he says, let me show you guys the wheels a little bit.
Great run there by the senior.
Daly takes a snap, fake to Trujillo. Now he throws, and he's going to take a shot for the end zone. So Boda's down there, tipped up, incomplete, almost picked off. The safety, Ryan Grossglass, came back to the ball and almost picked it off the redirect.
Yeah, that ball just slightly underthrown there on the left side. So Boda down there, one-on-one coverage, and Daly had just had a little extra juice on it. Could have been able to make that toe tap catch, but just a little underthrown. Luckily for him, it does find the ground.
Sabota almost turned himself into a defensive back there at the end of the play.
Oh, yeah.
2nd down and 10. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Trujillo, they run it. Trujillo gets inside the 30-yard line. Nice pickup on 2nd down. It's going to make it 3rd down and short. They ran Trujillo off the right side that time.
I'm glad I saw him take that deep shot, because whether it was Sabota or Kai Hanahano, they've been going one-on-one down there. Red Mountain showing a lot of faith in that DB.
Yeah, a lot of man coverage from the Lions tonight. 3rd down and 3. The snap from the 28-yard line. Daly, a lot of pressure. They set up the screen, Trujillo, and it bounces to the turf, incomplete. Thrown a little bit behind the running back. Daly got hit at the end of the play.
Yeah, he got swarmed right there. It looked like a design screen play, but those defensive line, the defensive line got in on him pretty quickly, and bit of a crowd around Trujillo there on the screen pass. Nowhere to go.
Kind of a jailbreak blitz. The Highland offensive line pulls up a little bit as is the design on the screen play, but a little bit too quickly there perhaps.
4th down and 3. 2 wide receivers stacked on either side. Trujillo is the running back. They rush 7. Daly gets rid of it. Wide open by himself. Touchdown Highland. Matt Martinez scores, and it's 20-0.
What a start for this Highland offense. We have seen throughout the year they've been a bruising and running team, but they have won this game with the high flying. This is now 3 passing touchdowns for Gage Daly. Phenomenal start. Couldn't have scripted better.
An absolute breakdown in coverage. They send the pressure on a little bit of a delayed blitz. It looked like some linebackers came, and Gage keeps his head on his shoulders, steps up, identifies the man downfield, and it's an easy pitch and catch.
2nd touchdown pass of the night for Gage Daly. Crew Crockett knocks it through. It's 21-0. That pass touchdown, 28 yards. Puts the Highland Hawks up by 3 scores.
Yeah, and that's something that Highland, I don't even know if they themselves expected to jump out to this kind of lead. Red Mountain being the 5 seed in 6A, and they may have won both of their first 2 games in this 6A tournament by 2 points combined, but they've come out here, they've gotten punched in the mouth by these Highland Hawks.
And now it almost kind of makes you question not going for it even more on that series, because Highland took advantage and they marched right down, did what we thought they would.
Red Mountain's going to be questioning that one through the offseason.
Yeah, a lot of game to go here, but Red Mountain, they got to flip this script, and they got to do it fast if they want any hope of getting themselves to Sun Devil Stadium next Saturday.
High kick from Crew Crockett, fielded at the 8-yard line. The return starts up the middle, splitting defenders and then getting slammed to the ground to the 28-yard line. Was Lennox lost in the return man for the Lions. And now they're down 21-0, and they need points on this drive.
If you're a Red Mountain coach, what are you telling your guys on offense right now and on defense? I mean, they have not been in a situation like this in a while, and this is a very good team that they're facing. I really wonder what's going on that sideline over there.
I think there's a lot of get to the sticks because it's not too late in the game. You're not looking to score, make a minute off the clock, or onside kick or anything. If you can put together a sustained drive, not only do you need the points, but you need that for your football team's confidence.
Absolutely.
Red Mountain's 4th drive. The last 3 have ended in punts. They fake it to the running back. Now they throw to the near side. Pass is caught by Jacoby Lane.
Yeah, quick screen over there to the right side, pick up 4 or 5 yards. A start you'd be looking for on a drive where you need points.
And that was a nice catch by Jacoby Lane. Good run after the catch. Caught it right near the original line of scrimmage. Got 5 yards out to the 33. Lane lines up against Kyle Wright on the near side. Wright had a pick 6. First touchdown of the game in these playoffs against Mountain Point. Now they run it near side. They target the same area of the field again, this time on the ground. This is going to be close to a first down.
Close to it. Looks like they're going to give it to him.
As they usually do.
Very much a horseshoe style of spotting the ball. Just got to get in the neighborhood of the 41-yard line. Ball moves out to the 39. So they need the 49 for a first down. Fresh set of downs. Trips to the near side. Crispin takes the snap. Highland blitzes Cawthon, the linebacker, but they beat it by dropping it off to the near side. Cross the 45-yard line out to the 47. A nice pitch and catch as they target Josiah Villanueva on that.
Yeah, another quick screen there on the near side, and Highland a little slow to react to it. Another bit of a chunk play there. Get themselves closer to the sticks.
And this has to be the Cole Crispin show for the rest of the game, right?
You'd think so. They're going to keep it in the air, especially with the, this gets wiped off by an illegal formation.
Ooh.
The punch to the stomach for Red Mountain. But yeah, as you were saying, it's going to be a lot of passing game, and that really has been the bread and butter. Lennox Lawson has been an incredible back, but Jacoby Lane's the best offensive player on this team. Look for them to keep targeting big number 5, even as he draws multiple defenders.
Yeah, and what's the frame that they're looking at there?
6'5", 190.
I mean, that's Division I, and there they send him in motion. They'll toss it to him. They're going to try to get him on the edge. Perimeter run, and this is going to be read like a book by the Highland defense. They stop him 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 1st and 15, make it about 2nd and 19.
Yeah, they ran that swing play on a previous drive and picked up a couple yards on that. Highland, like you said, read it like a book, anticipated the play, saw the wide receiver in motion, stuffed him behind the line. Great defense.
And the Lions have run 2 plays on this set of downs. Got an illegal formation that sent him back 5 yards. Now a running play that went backwards 3 yards, make it 2nd and 18. Around 6 minutes until halftime. Highland rushes 4. Crispin had to pull it down. Now tries to run. Cuts it back at the 32. Spins forward to the 34. And it's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Lions.
Brought the ball up, was looking for a man downfield, but pulled it down. Maybe with a little bit of intimidation, but able to pick his way for a couple yards, but that is not what you need. Down 3 scores right now.
Big Gavin Turley was the plugging up that hole in the middle, as usually is. One of the best interior defensive linemen in a conference that has a lot of those big-name guys.
Yeah,
he's held his own.
He's a big boy down there. Filming him with the sideline camera, that dude takes up the whole frame.
Nickel package out for the Hawks. They got 5 defensive backs in. Snap will come from the 35. It's another drop-off screen. Lane on the near side, not going anywhere. There was a wall of Hawks waiting for him at the 36 where he got dragged down.
Very conservative play call there by Red Mountain on 3rd and 14, down 3 scores with 5 minutes until the half. I'm very shocked by what they decided to go with there, with just a little screen off to the near side when you really needed a downfield shot.
Coach Farrell is livid right now on the sideline. I'm not sure if it's with an official or with someone on his team, but after a play, you'd think he got him fired up in a good way. He was chewing someone out.
Never seen him get all that. He's always the only coach on the sideline down there, calm, cool, and collected. Very surprised to see that.
They just pulled Cole Crandall, the return man, off the field for this punt.
Ooh.
And there is no return man back for the Hawks.
What's going on down here?
And now we're in a
someone called timeout as well. It's the only reason the clock would have stopped.
We're in a bit of a holding pattern. No timeouts have been called, but the clock has stopped at 4:51 as Crandall is come out and he's been replaced as a return man by Matt Martinez. Just caught the most recent touchdown for the Hawks, a 28-yard strike from Gage Daly to Martinez. Now he's back to return punts.
Hot hand.
Wonder what caused that substitution.
Highland coming after this one. They get into the punter. No flags, though.
Ooh, wow.
This is going to take a real friendly bounce for the Lions, pushing and shoving back with the original punt.
Yep.
We'll see what the call is for. That punt was sent away by Cody Hall.
From what I saw, that was a pretty textbook running into the kicker. It looks like the Hawks got away with it here.
Yeah, it would have been a running into the kicker, the 5-yard variety. But it was a product of that pressure from Highland, and I think a split second later, that ball gets blocked.
I think that kicker needs to take a few acting classes because that's what, as soon as you get hit, you fall down as a punter.
The clock didn't run on that either. We might have some clock issues.
4:31 is what the scoreboard's showing us.
And the Hawks with a 21-0 lead. Those are the most important numbers. Big hole right through the middle. Carson Molyneux out across the 30-yard line for a first down.
Like you guys like to call him Blackjack Brock, pulling out what the other team doesn't expect. And fourth string running back coming out in a semifinal playoff game and running all over this Red Mountain defense.
Yeah, that's a good point, Scott. First down and 10 after the Molyneux run for a first down. They stick with them. Molyneux again weaving through traffic. Another first down. A run of 15 yards from the 31-yard line. And even more than 15. Got out to the 46.
He's running well. He's running downhill. Running backs always talk about wanting to get downhill. It's when they feel like they're just flying, picking up blocks. Right now, that's what the Highland running backs have felt like all year, especially right now. I think Coach Farrell would be content in taking this drive right down to the half if he could, because with a 21-point lead, you get in the end zone again in this first half. Night-night.
Yeah, good night, Gilbert, if they score. 3 minutes, 40 seconds away from halftime. Red Mountain would receive the second half kickoff. They send a man in motion. They hand it to him, trying to stretch to the near side, and he's going to get wrapped up and then thrown down at the end of the play. This is going to go for a big loss.
Yeah, great solo tackle there by Skylar Edmonds on the outside, the senior linebacker, and great open field tackle pushing off his block. Phenomenal play, a much needed play by Red Mountain.
There's a loss of 2 for Highland.
We don't see that kind of play really pulled out of the cap of Brock Farrell, but when he does, usually a better result with the lateral blocking.
Red Mountain's used it on the Hawks a couple of times, so maybe Farrell's picking up from his counterpart across the sideline.
Molyneux remains in at running back. They fake it to him. They rush 4, and they drop it off to Molyneux, who's out as a receiver on the near side across the 45-yard line, out near the 49. And a short gain on second down is going to make it 3rd and about 7.
3rd and 7 if you can get a few of these back here. Blackjack Brock would really feel like he should probably go for it.
48-yard line. They just need 2 yards to get into plus territory. They got 4 wide receivers in the formation.
Empty backfield.
Jace Patton is in the slot, so now 5 wide receivers. Daly takes the snap. It's a short rush. There's a man wide open inside the 35, across the 30, inside the 25. It is Kai Hano who makes his first reception of the night.
Great route there by Hano. Got in on the inside seam. The outside corner couldn't close the distance in time. Great catch. Picked up a couple yards afterwards. And now Highland getting pretty close to Crew Crockett range right here with 2:04 to go in the half.
Hano had 2 steps on the 2 guys that were guarding him. Nobody had taken away the middle of the field.
Really poor coverage like we've seen all night from Red Mountain. On 3rd down, an obvious passing situation, to have the middle of the field that wide open is unforgivable.
Now Highland, 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Molyneux is the running back. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Jace Patton, the tight end, at the top of the formation. Daly takes a snap. They hand it off Molyneux. Running right inside the 20. Down to the 15. And now a gang tackle is going to bring him back to the 17. There's a nice gain on 1st down. It's going to be a yard or 2 short from another first down.
Highland High School,
Second down
home
coming
of
up.
the Hawks,
Clock
was
continues
founded
to
in
run in
1992 and is known mostly for its
And
success
with
in
the
the
reliability
classroom.
of Crew
Now under the
Crockett
direction
as
of
the
head
kicker,
coach
you
Brock
would think
Farrell,
that
the football
we're
team
gonna
is
have a good
now one of the
chance of
things
Highland
Highland
taking
is
a
known for.
at least a
Before arriving
24
at Highland,
point lead in
the
the half,
football
if
program
not
had not achieved much
27-28.
success.
Daly in the
Besides a couple
pistol,
winning
3 wide
seasons in
receivers.
2013 and
Again, they
2014,
run it.
the
Molyneux
program had
picks
become
his way
used to
forward.
losing.
Shakes two,
In just
shakes
1
three,
year, Brock was
tackles
able to
in
take
the
team
end
to
zone.
the
Touchdown,
semifinals
Highland.
against one of the top schools in
Carson
the nation,
Molyneux for the
going
second
11-2,
time
the best
scores
record
with just
the
over a
farthest
minute
Highland
left
has ever
until
gone as a
halftime.
program.
It's a 4-possession advantage for the Hawks, and they can smell the state championship game now.
What a game Hano's having. Picks his way through the middle of the field, refusing to go down. Some poor tackling for Red Mountain. Molyneux takes advantage, high steps his way through a bunch of arm tackles. And he's feeling himself tonight, Jack.
This is the best we've seen Carson Molyneux play in his Highland career. And what a night to break out. State semifinals. As Highland looking every bit the team that was one of the worst snubs in open division history. I know it's a short 3-year history, but
For a team that gave Basha and Chandler all they could handle and played a competitive game with Hamilton, they are really showing their colors tonight of how good of a team these Highland Hawks are. And Red Mountain, they're the victims right now, that's for sure.
and this is, the equivalent of putting a 4 seed in the NIT tournament. But either way, Highland was going to be a tough out in either side of these playoffs, whether it was the Open or as the favored number 1 seed in 6A, and that's where they landed in terms of where the draw put them. And they have played every bit like the number 1 seed in these 3 weeks.
That's right. They're looking like they're going to have a championship date in Tempe with either Chaparral or Williams Field.
This kick is a line drive. It's bobbled on the far side of the field. The return comes to the near side. What a special teams play by Highland. They are flying across the field tonight. Tackled at the 20-yard line.
I don't know how that ball stayed in the arms of the return man. It looked like it was precariously swinging away from his frame. He holds on to it, avoids further disaster. And I'd be surprised if Red Mountain tries to put anything together here.
57.4 seconds to go, so you never know what they could try, but the way that this Red Mountain offense has been completely nullified by Highlands D here tonight, I would doubt they even sniff midfield here.
They got 3 timeouts. They're going to have to drive 79 yards. They do receive the second half kickoff. Crispin going to air it out, going long, got a man, missed him by 2 yards, overthrew him. And that was the play they've been looking for all night long. He was looking for his wide receiver, Michael Mallory.
And Mallory had a step there on his defender. If he was able to pull that in over the shoulder or stay on his feet, there's a good chance that could have been taken all the way to the end zone.
That was the one thing that could have lit a match under this Red Mountain team before they head to the locker room. And a tough throw, but one I'm sure Crispin wishes he had back.
They bring 4 wide receivers. Lane matched up against Wright on the near side. They flip it out to the far side. Ball's on the turf, and it bounces out of bounds. Pass was caught, and then the tackle on the far side by Cole Root jarred it loose.
And the other semifinal right now, Chaparral up 7-0 on Williams Field. Not sure exactly where they are in that game, but likely in the second quarter.
Both games kicked off around the same time, so this game likely a little bit ahead considering how fast this first half has moved. They're going to go down the middle. This is an uncompetitive throw. Missed his wide receiver by 5 yards. 4th down. And at this point, do you send the kick team out? Well, there's your answer. They will.
You got no choice. You can't risk going for it and getting stuffed and giving Highland another chance to score with 40 seconds left. Kick the ball across the field. Hopefully Red Mountain's defense, at least for their coaches, can find a way to keep this ball away out of scoring range.
Well, Jack, 3 timeouts in 40 seconds. It's not exactly like that's...
This half is not over. This half is not over.
Crandall is back to return. It's a really nice kick. Crandall waves for a fair catch. He's got it at the Highland 45-yard line. So here you go. You only need 55 yards.
With that short of a kick.
Right now, Highland's got their foot on the neck of Red Mountain. They're toying with them.
And if this game wasn't already over, how would a 35-0 lead going into the halftime feel?
I did not think we'd be uttering the words running clock tonight, but
in a state semifinal game,
we are rapidly approaching that reality.
Remember, 42-point lead, running clock. Amazing. If that ended up being the case, they will throw on first down. Daly going across the middle. It was almost intercepted. There are 6 Lions standing around where that pass was thrown, as that was a dangerous ball from Gage Daly, and he's lucky to get away with it.
Yeah, not a wise throw choice there by Gage Daly. And looks like, who's that coming off?
Carson Molyneux hobbles off the field, and he'll come out of the game.
He's been the surprise star of this game tonight. Got a touchdown, a whole bucket full of rushing yards.
And Highland comes out with 5 wide receivers on 2nd down and 10. Daly alone in the shotgun. They rush 4. Daly is going to try to run, gets out to the sideline, got away from 2 defenders, and kind of crossed up 2 defenders. They ran right into each other.
Yeah, it's like it's 3 Stooges scene.
That bad guys in a Disney movie.
Yeah. I think the first 2 plays here have kind of taken a touchdown strike out of the equation. 35 seconds, even if you do have those timeouts, you got to be really efficient.
You know, with the plays we've seen with Hunter Stewart and Kai Hanohano tonight, I wouldn't rule a touchdown out yet, but odds certainly slimming at still at their own 49 with 21 seconds left.
Hanohano or Ethan Svoboda down at the bottom on one-on-one.
Molyneux back into the game. Hanohano at the top of the formation on the far side. Svoboda bottom of the formation on the near side. Patton in motion. He stays in as an extra blocker. Daly, lot of time trying to set this play up. Going down the field near side. Incomplete. Ethan Svoboda was the intended target. He was at the 22. The pass was at the 20. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, Svoboda had room down there on the left side, coming close to the sideline, but Daly just missed him by a couple of yards. So usually one you would be kicking yourself about with a 28-point lead. I'm sure it's just a brush off the shoulders here for the Highland Hawks.
Now I'm almost certain that Red Mountain will sit on it, get taken into the half.
Yeah, take a knee, don't risk anything.
And Crew Crockett out to punt for the first time tonight.
Interesting. Who's Preston Bryce?
Or Preston Bryce.
Short kick.
Good catch. And it'll bounce down at the 15-yard line. 6 seconds separate us from halftime. We'll go down to Cam Miner once these 6 seconds run off and have his conversation with Coach Farrell and his thoughts on a wildly successful first half for the Highland Hawks, which has put them 2 quarters away from a date at Sun Devil Stadium and possibly a rematch with Chaparral in that 6A state championship game that they lost last year.
Sure, Red Mountains looks like they're not taking a knee. They have 3 to the near side and another receiver out far.
And they're going to drop off a screen. It's caught by Lawson. Spins away from 1, 30-yard line, tackled there. Time expires, and the first half is over. And chalk it up for the Highland Hawks. 28-0 advantage. What a half for Highland as they'll go into the locker room up by 4 scores. Cam, let's get your thoughts on that first half and your talk with Coach Farrell, who's got to be really thrilled with how his team performed in that first half.
Coach, you just came out here and scored 28 points in the first half of a semifinals game. What do you think is allowing your offense so much success?
I think our hurry up is giving them problems because we're executing really well at stuff we're really good at, and they're having to adapt. It feels like they're on their heels, so that was a big part of it. Our quarterback play has been excellent. You know, other than the one high pass where our receiver got a little tangled up, you know, he's playing great. And our O-line is blocking like crazy, so that's great. Really, the biggest thing is our defense held them to 0. So we're getting the ball, and I feel free because I don't have to, you know, I can be aggressive. So way to go, D.
And on the sidelines, I'm hearing the players talk to coaches, the coaches listening. I'm hearing everybody just really holding themselves accountable. What's the focus been like at practice and just throughout this entire journey?
Like we're on a mission and we got some business to take care of. I thought it's been great where it's a good balance of We're having fun, but we're locked in and we're doing what we need to do.
Like you said, 28 points. That's a real comfortable lead. But what do you tell your team at half just to finish the job?
Last week we scored 0 in the second half, so that better not happen again.
All right. I'll let you get back to it, Coach. Back to you guys up top where you can talk more about Coach Farrell and what he's done this season.
Yeah, very good point, Cam, and thanks for all the conversation down the sideline with Coach Farrell. Well, he's the captain of this Hawks team, and he has turned this program around since he got here in 2017. In his second year, they went to the state semifinal game against Chandler and came a 2-point conversion away from what could have been a magical season. Well, they're trying to embark on one in 2021, and they seem to be well on their way. Over the week and over the last couple weeks, our sideline reporter Cam Miner has caught up with Coach Brock Farrell to talk a little bit more about his journey and his time with Highland and the way this season has played out.
Highland High School, home of the Hawks, was founded in 1992 and is known mostly for its success in the classroom, but now under the direction of head coach Brock Farrell, the football team is now one of the things Highland is known for. Before arriving at Highland, the football program had not achieved much success. Besides a couple winning seasons in 2013 and 2014, the program had become used to losing, but in just 1 year, Brock was able to take his team to the semifinals against one of the top schools in the nation, going 11-2, the best record and farthest Highland has ever gone as a program.
The life of the program was stagnant. That fire, that spirit, that camaraderie, it was all waning. It was dissipating. For about a 10-year period, losing became the norm. Losing seasons became the norm at Highland before Brock Farrell came. And so Brock was hired in 2017, and almost immediately, he turned the fortunes of that program. He made the Highland community proud again. He brought winning seasons back to Highland.
Brock isn't your average coach. To come into a new team in a losing culture, it is not an easy task. The approach, philosophy, has to come full circle in order for players to buy in. That is exactly what happened. Players from that 11-2 season still talk about it like it was yesterday, describing it as an incredible journey. Brock brought light and hope back to Highland, changing the culture. The memories and his impact stuck with the players even after they've left, and even though they lost, it would set the tone for future Hawks.
I think for us it was just a big proving point, and it was just a big, statement that hey, we're here to play and we're here to stay. Highland isn't the old Highland. We're a new Highland football, and that journey was so amazing just because we overcame so much adversity, and we bended a bunch of times, but we never broke. And although we lost that game at the end of the year. I couldn't have, picked it any other way in the sense of that it just was such an amazing season. Obviously, I would have loved to win that and gone on to the state finals, but, that journey just taught me so much, and, it really put us on the map. It gave us, people respect us now because of how physical we were, and it's something that it's really priceless. I'll never change that season for anything.
Highland's new success has turned morale around in the community as well. It has proven that you don't need to recruit, be the biggest, the strongest, the tallest. What it comes down to is heart and will. And that is what Coach Farrell has preached and installed in these boys.
Wow, I think there's a few words that would sum it up. One, we have a passion for excellence. That's kind of been my calling on these guys since day one, that we just want to be passionate about what we're doing and not lethargic. And we want to strive for excellence, meaning that we can always improve, but we want to be as close to executing at a high level at everything, from football to homework to tests to how we treat our parents, how we treat other people. Still think there's a lot of, we do this because we love it, because most of the kids that are on our team end up not even playing college football, let alone high-level college football. A lot of them get married right away and start their own family. A lot of them go to college and study other things, and we have future pilots and doctors and dentists and things like that here. So I want them to, by the time they leave, I want them to look back and go, I'm a better dad because of what Coach Farrell said this day. Or, I'm going to be committed to my wife because Coach Farrell was committed to his, and we talked about it all the time. That stuff lasts forever. Rings fade, championship banners fray, but the people that you invest in, those are the ones that last forever.
So something that really I learned in football that I kind of notice now is that, like, there's so many things that are super hard and they're super, like, not fun in the moment, but they're the reason why you have success.
He welcomed in the old school, the alumni, the former players, and he embraced them into this program to help him succeed, help him build the culture that he knew it would be successful at Highland. And so that, again, is the brilliance of Brock Farrell, someone who understands that you don't forget about, you don't alienate those who help build the program. Instead, you bring them in, you embrace them, and you help them, help him foster that same culture and success in what he's trying to build.
Brock has earned the respect of the alumni, players, and the community, and he looks to bring a championship home during his time at Highland. Most coaches would credit their success to their hard work, schemes, and knowledge of the game. But for Coach Farrell, what is important to him is being an example of God, always putting his faith first on and off the field. And that is who he credits his success to.
You know, I just hope that, like, I got a deep faith, and I believe that I just want to honor the name of Jesus. And so I just hope that the way I conduct myself every day is not only honoring to Highland and the Farrell name, but that people will go, he's different, he does it differently, and I wonder what that is. And if you want to know what that is, it's because I got a meaningful relationship with Jesus, and it shapes everything I do.
2018 Coach of the Year, Arizona Cardinals Coach of the Year, Don Shula National Coach Finalist, and future champion, Brock Farrell.
Hi, I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. How do you know if I'm the right guy to settle your claim? Because I got this scale thing? Nope. Because I have all these law books? Nah. Because I'm wearing this fancy blue suit? Bull. I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Favorite vacation spot, Coronado, California.
Favorite vacation spot, Baja, Mexico. Hawaii, Mexico.
Lake Powell, Newport Beach. Favorite vacation spot, Studio.
Southwest Minnesota State, that's rad.
Santa Monica Beach, California.
North Korea.
Hilo, Hawaii. South Africa. Temple Square.
My favorite vacation spot is the woods.
That's Pine.
Vacation spot, Arizona.
Disneyland.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
The beach. Idaho. San Diego.
Favorite vacation spot, Hawaii.
When you rise, your strength gives rise to those in need. When you lead, your plans inspire an industry. When you work, your dedication supplies life to nations. And when the rest of the world clocks out, you clock back in. You are the hardworking men and women that make everything possible. You are driven by your determination to pioneer the future. And we believe in you. We work with you to create solutions that will improve your process. From solutions in the energy industry and oil and gas measurement systems, to increasing productivity and throughput in solar panel production and semiconductor chip manufacturing, in designing safety systems for the automotive industry, to building custom systems for lean manufacturing production flow, and in automating processes in the life science and food and beverage industries. We are the experts behind the assembly, the design behind the machine, the technology behind the cure, and the solutions of the future. Our engineered solutions automate, innovate, and simplify your manufacturing process so you can focus on what you do best. Valen, complex technology made simple.
Favorite food is steak.
French dip sandwiches.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Pancakes. Mashed potatoes. Burger. My mom's eggs and noodles.
Favorite food, Pop-Tart.
Seared broccoli.
Pizza.
Spam.
Favorite food is poke bowls. Steak. Favorite food, toast.
Bean cheese burrito.
Sushi.
Favorite food, horse. Favorite food, sub sandwiches. Fried chicken. Favorite food, steak.
Street tacos. Pizza. Fruit Loops.
nights up, still popping and raging. The SVR still living the range. I want her, she wanted the same. And both same time, both glad that they came. Keep me a vibe, can't keep it contained. No, I keep me some dolls, always keep them in training. Tat a logo on the back of my brain. Don't ask me what the am I thinking. Back of these walls, I'm full of that drink. Air came through with a little entertainment. Air 29 got her looking like space. Houston is a problem with me busting her faces. I came with the snakes, no squid. Straight up, I broke out the game with a 4-5-6. She loving the flesh, I see it. She loving the flesh, yeah, I see it. And I'm loving that body and lace, and I love
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. How do you know if I'm the right guy to settle your claim? Because I got this scale thing? Nope. Because I have all these law books? Nah. Because I'm wearing this fancy blue suit? Bull. I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Vacation spot, Coronado, California.
Favorite vacation spot, Baja, Mexico. Hawaii, Mexico.
Lake Powell, Newport Beach. Favorite vacation spot, studio.
Southwest Minnesota State, that's rad.
Santa Monica Beach, California.
North Korea.
Hilo, Hawaii. South Africa. Temple Square.
My favorite vacation spot is the woods.
That's Pine.
Vacation spot, Arizona.
Disneyland.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
The beach. Idaho. San Diego.
Favorite vacation spot, Hawaii.
When you rise, your strength gives rise to those in need. When you lead, your plans inspire an industry. When you work, your dedication supplies life to nations. And when the rest of the world clocks out, you clock back in. You are the hardworking men and women that make everything possible. You are driven by your determination to pioneer the future. And we believe in you. We work with you to create solutions that will improve your process. From solutions in the energy industry and oil and gas measurement systems, to increasing productivity and throughput in solar panel production and semiconductor chip manufacturing, and designing safety systems for the automotive industry, to building custom systems for lean manufacturing production flow. and in automating processes in the life science and food and beverage industries. We are the experts behind the assembly, the design behind the machine, the technology behind the cure, and the solutions of the future. Our engineered solutions automate, innovate, and simplify your manufacturing process so you can focus on what you do best. Valen, complex technology made simple.
Favorite food is steak,
French dip sandwiches,
fettuccine alfredo,
pancakes, mashed potatoes,
burger.
my mom's eggs and noodles,
Favorite food, Pop-Tart.
seared broccoli,
Pizza.
spam,
Favorite food is poke bowls, steak. Favorite food, toast. Bean cheese burrito.
sushi,
Favorite food, horse. Favorite food, sub sandwiches, fried chicken. Favorite food, steak.
street tacos, pizza, Fruit Loops.
Five nights up, still popping and raging. The SBR still living the range. I want her, she wanted the same. And both same time, both glad that they came. Keep me a vibe, can't keep it contained. No, I keep me some dolls, always keep them in training. Tat a logo on the back of my brain. Don't ask me what the f am I thinking. Back of these walls, I'm full of that drink. Air came through with a little entertainment. Air 29 got it looking like space. Houston is a problem with me busting her faces. I came with the snakes, no squid. Straight up, I broke out the game with a 4-5 cent. She loving the flesh, I see it. She loving the flesh, yeah, I see it. And I'm loving that body and lacing her.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction. Sorcerer of death construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Oh, Lord, yeah. Day of judgment, God is calling. Underneath the war pigs crawling. No more war pigs have the power. And as God has
Hi, I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. How do you know if I'm the right guy to settle your claim? Because I got this scale thing? Nope. Because I have all these law books? Nah. Because I'm wearing this fancy blue suit? Bull. I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Welcome back to Gilbert, Arizona. It is the 6A state semifinal game. It is being dominated by the Highland Hawks, who are getting ready to kick off to the Red Mountain Lions. Jack Johnson, Jack Loader, Scott Sanduli, on tonight's broadcast, a radio broadcast, because the streaming rights belong to the NFHS network. Away we go in the second half. A pooch kick returned at the 25-yard line. This return is not going very far, out to the 27, as the return man kind of got bottled up by a couple of his own guys on the return team. So it's going to be a short return and a long field again for Red Mountain.
Jack, how many times this year have we come into a second half of a broadcast saying, and that first half was just dominated by Highland? This team really, outside of that 3-game gauntlet in which they dropped all 3 games to the top 3 seeds in the open playoffs, they have really dominated the rest of this landscape. It's hard to make an argument for anyone at number 4 overall in the state outside of these Highland Hawks.
And Highland with a state championship in the 6A bracket, trying to establish that as well. First play from scrimmage, the pass is thrown. It is caught on the near side by Jacoby Lane, who's got another reception, his longest reception of the night, as they've really kept him in the short passing game so far. It's a gain of 8, 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, quick pressure there off the near side by the Highland defense, but fortunately for them, nice open out route, good 10 yards, a little less than 10, but
trips to the near side. They throw to Lane. Lane's got blockers in front, cuts inside, picks up a first down out near the 45-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, and Red Mountain picks up a first down. So 2 positive plays so far. That's really what they need to do, is go back to number 5, which they didn't do a whole lot of in that first half.
That's been their big antidote all year. When they get down, they've been able to climb back into games, even if it's not a huge deficit, 1 score or something. Get the ball to number 5, let them make plays.
So after the gain of 7, they have a fresh set of downs. Carter Crispin, is the quarterback. He'll take the snap, throw out far side. It's another short pass. Lennox Lawson makes the catch, turns upfield, picks up 2.
On our out-of-town scoreboard, the only game that anyone here cares about, the Chaparral-Williamsfield game. Williamsfield tied it up. It's 7-7 at the half up in Scottsdale.
You know Highland would love to see Chaparral next week in Sun Devil Stadium. And barring the near inconceivable, Highland will be on their way to a date in the state championship game in the 6A bracket for the 2nd time in a row.
Flag on the other sideline. And looks like Red Mountain's taking their steps back.
This chant takes me back to my high school days. My high school was also the Hawks. Cheerleaders had that exact same chant.
You guys also said go Hawks?
Everybody in the crowd yell.
It's crazy, man. Well, after the large penalty assessed against Red Mountain, it is 2nd down and very long. Still waiting on the scoreboard to update exactly what the distance is, but they're back at the 32-yard line. This was originally at the 45. It's a draw play. It's a quarterback draw as Crispin gets out of the pack, and now he's going to get caught by the linebackers, but made it all the way up to the 2nd level in the original line of scrimmage. A pickup of about 13 on the play. It was 2nd and 23.
Yeah, Highland had a couple chances there to wrap him down earlier, but missed tackles. And like Brock Farrell said in the pre-halftime interview, how they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit in last week's second half. It's not something you want to see right now, especially in a semifinal, no matter what the lead is.
And another penalty was thrown at the end of the play.
This one's going to help out Red Mountain.
Yeah, it's going to go against Highland. It's going to march Red Mountain all the way into Highland territory. And basically a 20-yard swing over these last 2 plays.
Had all that yardage to go, and they gained it, half of it back and got the rest back on behalf of the Stripes. So not the most fluid brand of football we're seeing here early in the second half, but Red Mountain's driving.
They need points. Need to feel like they're still in this game. Crispin takes the snap, drops back to pass, now rolls left, throws middle, incomplete, and that was a catchable pass for his receiver down at the 22-yard line, and it was dropped.
Yeah, that ball's right in your hands. You have at least 5 yards of space. I think he just got a little too concerned about running with the ball before he actually caught it. Could be a costly drop there for Red Mountain.
Highland has a 28-0 lead, 4 touchdowns on 6 first half drives, the other two a punt near the end of the first half and a Gage Daly interception. Second down and 10, handoff Lawson. He charges through the middle, charges through the defensive line and through the linebackers, gets all the way up to the third level of the defense and has a first down inside the 25-yard line. Nice run.
Really nice run from Lawson there. You could see as he starts to get those feet moving. He's special when he puts it in gear. It's just about whether or not he can get through that line of scrimmage with minimal contact. Just a bit of a slight build for a running back, but boy, is he fast.
Yeah, punched it right up the middle. Took a couple defenders with him.
We got first down at the 21-yard line. Snap was bobbled. Crispin's got to make something out of this broken play, and he tries to rush forward, still moving his feet inside the 20. Now we get a rugby scrum as Crispin breaks out of it. Still fighting, and down to the near side numbers. He's going to get dragged down at the 20-yard line.
You got to blow that dead if you're a ref when he wasn't moving forward for a solid 2 or 3 seconds and then squirted out the backside of the scrum.
Took the words right out of my mouth, man.
And as soon as the fight was going on, he just snuck out the back door and almost got away. He picked up 3 on the play, where he was initially met at the line of scrimmage. That was a nice job by the Red Mountain offensive line to keep their legs going. They pushed their quarterback forward 3 yards to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, inside the red zone here, and with about 3 minutes off here in the second half. Red Mountain, the sense of urgency to score is there. They got to get it right here.
3 wide receivers in the formation. Crispin takes a snap, rolls out, throws middle, pass is caught. Sliding catch inside the 10, and a dandy of a grab by Josiah Villanueva. And a nice throw by Crispin.
Beautiful throw as he goes to his left, throwing across his body. One of the hardest throws for a right-handed quarterback to make is when they're running almost full speed left, and he hits him in stride. A really nice throw by Crispin.
Red Mountain receivers excuse me, Jack. Red Mountain receivers find themselves in space here on this drive.
3 wide receivers. Crispin in the shotgun. They hand it off. Lawson charges middle, bounces off a defender, dragged down at the 2-yard line. Gain of 6 on 1st and goal.
Just what the doctor ordered for Red Mountain.
And easily their best drive of the game. They are a yard away from cashing in. 4 wide receivers. Direct snap. Lawson going forward. Got met. Got stood up. He's short. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
They run that weird deke misdirection play on the quarterback kind of dives back. It fools me, but it does not fool the interior defensive line of Highland, more importantly.
And a Highland roster that does not have the most size across all of 6A high school football is still putting their tallest and biggest players on the line of scrimmage from this 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Getting loud on these bleachers.
Crispin back in at quarterback. He takes a snap. He'll throw. It's a slant to the end zone. Jacoby Lane's got it. Touchdown Lions.
Long time coming for that score for Red Mountain after a very abysmal offensive performance in the first half. They come out here in the second. They eat up a good 4.5 minutes and get themselves in the end zone. Now, if they can just repeat this offensive performance, they're just going to need a more trustworthy defense, and we could have a game on our hands pretty soon.
Jacoby Lane waving off his teammates before they can come greet him. Jogs to the sideline with his head down. He knows there's more work to do.
Yeah, job is not finished for Red Mountain, but it's a start. As the kick is up, it is good. Extra point has given the Lions 7 points. Their first 7 of tonight's contest comes in the second half, and 4.5 minutes eclipsed, so they've essentially got to score on their remaining possessions and score touchdowns.
Solid, as solid a drive as you can ask for if you're Red Mountain coming out of the locker room. They only take 4.5 minutes off the clock as far as touchdown drives go. That's not especially long when you're climbing a mountain, but for Red Mountain, it's going to happen on the defensive side. If they are going to get back into this game, they're going to have to stop a high-powered Highland offense that's had their number all night. So they've got their work cut out for them, but I'm sure they believe.
Highland surely not looking to repeat last week's playoff performance in which against Mountain Point last week? Believe so. And
Castile,
excuse me. But 0 points in the second half. So a performance like that this week would be a lot more detrimental than it would against the Colts. But sure that is not on their minds. I'm sure that was a big topic of discussion, as Coach Farrell said in the interview earlier. But Red Mountain's defense got a pick at the end of the first half, so they're going to need another one here, I think.
Cody Hall sends the kickoff away. Going back to get it is Nauta at his own 8-yard line. He stutter steps. Now he comes to the near side. He's got blockers in front. Slams on the brakes. Turns it back up the field. Man, he is ducking and diving defenders. Gets out to the 34-yard line on an exciting Barry Sanders return there.
Very patient run right there. Reminded me of Pittsburgh Steelers' Le'Veon Bell, waiting for that hole to open, and he took a couple of them, extended that play very nicely, and Highland now up to the 34, pretty decent field position.
Getting treated to the aroma of the Southeast Valley right now here in Gilbert. It's not pleasant. I wish you guys could smell it through your radios.
Out to the 34-yard line. Highland's got 3 receivers in this formation. They're all to the right of Gage Daly. As well to the right is Molyneux, the running back who started tonight's game. He'll start this drive, get the carry going left, trying to run outside the numbers, and got 3 or 4 yards before he was dragged down on a nice tackle by the cornerback on this Lions team, number 25, Gannon Lyles.
Where's Molyneux been all year, man? This has been a phenomenal night for him, and I give a lot of credit to this 21-point lead off his shoulders.
Molyneux back in at running back, and he'll get it second straight time, running left. Gets across the 40, 42-yard line.
I'd love to have Cam ask Coach Farrell. We should have had him ask at halftime why he went with Molyneux tonight as the feature back when he has not done that in the first 12 games of the season.
Third down and short. Highland's got 3 wide receivers. One of them, Jace Patton, lined up in the slot. Offset wingback is Ezekiel Nauta, but they hand it off. Molyneux stuttering through the middle, got met at the line of scrimmage, spins away.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, and it's going to be close. He was met right near the line of scrimmage, going to be 4th down. And Highland, will they keep their foot on the gas and go for it? It's 4th and inches.
Where we're positioned right here, pretty adjacent to the 45-yard line, and the first down was the 44 marker. It looked pretty good to me that he would have had that first down.
Here comes Chance Coffin.
We've been seeing generous spots all night. Very surprised. We're seeing a 4th and inches right here for Highland.
Yeah, they're bringing in the armored truck. Chance Coffin getting set for his first carry of the night. He's lined up right behind Gage Daly in the pistol. Instead, it's Trujillo in motion, coming around the edge. He gets met at the line to gain. Red Mountain celebrating like they stopped him. The spot will decide if Trujillo got the first down. They're going to say he got it. Red Mountain can't believe it. Their offense was huddling up, and Scott, it's a fortunate spot for Highland. He was met at the line to gain. They probably gave him an extra yard.
It looked awfully close, but he took that defender. He took him head on. I think that was a good spot. I believe that was first down.
Molyneux gets it on first down. Bounces outside, runs back towards the middle, gets across the 50. Nice gain, 6 yards. And that was a huge play, one of those turning point moments.
I think Trujillo, he did get it, but he didn't get it by as much as they gave him. I thought initially he just got the line to gain. They gave him a yard plus, and I think he did get to the line to gain, but he certainly didn't get a yard past it.
Innovative call by Farrell on that play to use Coffin as a decoy when everybody in the stadium thought he was going to get it. Now they fake it to the running back. Daly's got plenty of time. Now runs out. He starts to run. Cuts back middle. A lot of running room. Makes a cut. Runs into his own man. Kai Hano. Hano's going to make the tackle. The wide receiver tackle Gage Daly at the 35-yard line. I don't believe it.
They collided, and Hano almost just tried to drag him with them for extra yardage.
The only man within 20 yards that could have stopped Gage Daly is his own receiver, and he makes the tackle at the 35-yard line. Still a nice pickup by the quarterback with his legs.
Pretty unfortunate to see right there if Hano isn't in the way. I think Daly gets himself well inside the red zone, and it's a unfortunate turn of events, but Highland's still with the ball and still driving.
Another scramble by Daly that nets over 15 yards. They're in business at the 35. Now pre-snap whistle and a penalty flag and a false start against Highland. This will move them back to the 40-yard line, make it 1st and 15.
I think that 4th and 1 was really Red Mountain's only gasping chance at getting back in this game, because not only does Red Mountain not take over there at the midfield point, but Highland just gets to milk more clock.
Yeah, I like your point there, but still a lot of time. And if we've seen anything in Arizona football, it's that this game is still got a way to go.
Daly takes the snap. They hand it off, run up the middle. They get 6 or 7 on 1st and 15.
Been very impressed by Gage Daly's scrambling tonight. I know it's he's shown flashes of it throughout the season, but he's never completely, I would say, relied on his legs to win a game. And I've been very impressed with his awareness of when to tuck it under and run, and he's got a lot of chunk plays here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Listed as a pro-style quarterback, but for anybody that's seen him play, he's definitely a dual threat. Takes a snap, they rush 4. Patton in a nice pocket across the 25, and he's close to a first down. He's got it by 3 yards.
First time we've called the big man's number all night, and he's so good in those over-the-middle plays, just getting open for Gage, and he's a fearless player. Like a lot of these ball carriers on this Highland team, he knows he's going to get hit, and he puts himself in harm's way to make a catch and move the sticks.
Yeah, very much the George Kittle school of tight ends. He catches the ball, he's looking for somebody to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Patton's first catch gets Highland all the way down to the 22-yard line. They fake it to Molyneux. It's an option, and Daly had to pull it down and then just dive because that play was stuffed by the Red Mountain defense.
Yeah, 2 defenders right there in his face, Jack. And I think if Daly tried to take him on, he would have gotten himself hit pretty hard. So he gets himself down, gets him back to scrimmage, and they'll reset on 2nd and 10.
And possibly a bit of a veteran play by the quarterback. Not leaving himself open to an unnecessary hit when that play was going for no yardage anyway. 2nd down and 10. Daly takes the snap. They want to set up a screen in the near side. It's caught by Patton. Blockers in front. Patton's at the 15. Patton's at the 10. Tackled there. 2 penalty markers in the play. 1 for something earlier in the sequence, and then 1 at the end of the play. Both thrown on the near side of the field where the pass was caught.
They're going to get, I think, a couple different holds here on Highland. So often is the case on such a fluid play that involves so much blocking. When you get guys moving laterally, it's easy to become disengaged and grab at a jersey.
And Highland has had a couple of penalties on this series. Had a penalty on the opening series that they overcame. But they came out guns a-blazing in tonight's contest. State semifinal matchup that Highland has not been threatened in at all. And now, there you go, Jack. The call on the field. Successive holding calls. 1 declined, the other accepted. And it's going to move Highland all the way back outside the 30-yard line.
And even though these penalties are moving Highland back, I think this is not a good case scenario here for the Lions. Still down 3 scores. The only way you get in this game is with the ball. And right now, Highland has it, and they can just keep draining this clock down. I mean, we got 1:54 to go in the third. Maybe 2nd and 25, but really got to get off the field on this set of downs here for Red Mountain.
So whatever deep route concepts Highland has, they're going to use them on this series with 2nd and 25 awaiting. 3 wide receivers to the top. 1 wide receiver to the near side, Malloy Hess. They'll set up a screen. No, it's a receiver pass. Double pass coming back for Daly. Intercepted. 50. 45, 40, cut to the outside, down at the 30-yard line. And the trick play backfires on the Hawks.
Wow. I said if they didn't get that 4th down stop, they might have been dead in the water. That's the one thing that could revive them. We've got a bit of contour on that line, Jack. They're breathing.
I like this play. I like that play call by Farrell. The double pass, it's a very used trick play that can confuse the defense, get them all out of sorts, but 1 Red Mountain defender not fooled, and now Highland's got to be on the defensive with Red Mountain on the ball on the Hawks 28.
It's congested from the start. It didn't look like everyone was on the same page in teal, and it backfires pretty big time.
And the second pass back across the other side of the field, asking for danger on that one.
Sets them up at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Crispin takes the snap. Looks left the whole way, drops it off, pass is caught. 25-yard line, getting to the 20. Ball's on the turf. It just looked like it for a second. That was something else got jarred.
Maybe
so a nice gain.
Hard-hitting defense.
2nd and 2.
Red Mountain really needs to find their way in the end zone here.
At the 20-yard line. They fake the run. They throw to the near side. Pass incomplete.
He had
They're
a
looking
step
for
on
Villanueva.
Yeah, he had a step on his defender there off the line of scrimmage, but might have just slipped out of his hand, but also didn't seem like if that play had been completed, don't know how much positive yardage would have come out of it.
3rd down and 2. After the incompletion, clock is stopped. Red Mountain trying to make this a game. Handoff Lawson, going middle, dives forward, gonna be close. And they're gonna have a 1st down.
He's got it.
Yeah, I think he got there.
Still not in hurry-up mode necessarily. You might see Red Mountain go up tempo, but they're not thinking about the clock yet. Still got about 12 and a half minutes to go in this game.
And what I've noticed throughout the season is a lot of these games, you get yourselves 2 to 3 possessions per quarter. So Red Mountain a score here, and they would be feeling all right about their chances.
Fake the jet sweep. Now Crispin's got to rush. He's got to run to the near side. He's being chased by 2 Highland defenders. Hits the corner at the 5-yard line. Gets rushed out of bounds there by Cash Colomore. He came across the field to cut off the angle. Nice run by Crispin to get 1st and goal.
Clock's going to run when this ball is spotted. It would be interesting to see if Red Mountain will want to get off a play before the end of the 3rd.
Game clock is stopped at 10 seconds. Red Mountain, after laying down in that first half, has looked every bit like a top seed in these 6A playoffs in this 3rd quarter. So far outscored Highland 7-0. Crispin takes a snap, looks left, nothing doing there. Has to come back to the far side, throws end zone. It's up, it's caught, out of bounds, incomplete. With 2 seconds left.
Crispin tried to escape the pocket out left and sees a big body in Cash Colomore coming off the edge. I believe it was Cash, may not have been. But nonetheless, he avoids disaster by getting rid of that ball and putting it where only your receiver can catch it. Either an incompletion or a touchdown.
Yeah, good pressure right there, Crispin. With 2 seconds still in the quarter, still has another chance to get it in, but Wise throwing that ball away.
Lennox Lawson, the running back, Jacoby Lane in motion, right to left across the formation. Now back to the right side. Now back to the left side. It's a direct snap to Lawson. He breaks 1 tackle at the 5, at the 2, and he is in for the touchdown. A buzzer beater from the Lions.
Woo, we might have a football game on our hands, boys.
A big dive right there at the end to get that extra yard across the white line. And Highland's defense, they did not respond well to the short field. And Red Mountain, they're in this game with 12 minutes to go, man.
Red Mountain has shown the heart of a lion in this 3rd quarter. They outscore the Hawks by 2 touchdowns, now trying to make it 14-0 in this 3rd quarter. The kick is up, the kick is good. They are down by 2 possessions. They'll kick it back to Highland to start the 4th quarter. Let's go down to Cam Miner. What's the morale for Highland after they got kind of run over in that 3rd quarter, Cam?
Hey, Jack. I mean, the morale is really just a little bit of frustration, obviously, but that's what's going to happen when they come out and score 14 points. I mean, the coach of Red Mountain obviously said something to his team at half, didn't like them getting 28 points scored on them unanswered. That's exactly what they're doing. You know, Highlands did a couple trick plays, but I think right now they just need to focus, lock in, and really just finish the game. That's what I'm hearing players say on the sideline, just lock in and that they need to finish.
Thanks, Cam. Well, hold the phone, everybody, and cut off the celebration plans to Tempe, Arizona, because there's still business to finish in Gilbert tonight. Last home game either way for Highland this season, because the state championship game next week at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. But Highland, after starting the second half with a 28-0 advantage, outscored by Red Mountain by 14 in the 3rd quarter. But Highland will get the ball after Red Mountain's buzzer-beating touchdown at the end of the 3rd to start the 4th. And whistles as this kick was getting ready to be sent away. And we'll retry the kick.
It's going to be imperative for Highland on this next drive to take some time off the clock, move the chains 3 or 4 times at least, get into to Red Mountain territory, and that's all if you don't score. Of course, a touchdown drive here would put us back into this game's over type phase, but if Red Mountain can get a stop, especially if they can get a quick stop here, things are going to get real tight on the teal sideline.
Well, they're winning the turnover battle 2-0 so far. Highland's last drive, an interception. Now Nauta on the return, trying to go to the far side, and he's going to run into a group of Lions and get dragged down before he can reach the 20. Meanwhile, our out-of-town scoreboard, it's still 7-7 between Chaparral and Williams Field. That game between the 2 and the 3 seed in the 6A playoffs. Of course, the winner of that game meets the winner of tonight's game.
These 6A playoffs have played out to the true to the bracket in almost every game. I think maybe 1 or 2 games went with the lower seed winning.
All chalk where it matters. They give it to Cawthon, who's the running back, and he's going to get spun down in the backfield. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage with a second and third effort. It's going to make it second down. Cawthon actually did a really nice job to pick up positive yards, picked up 1 to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was good work in the backfield by Cawthon. Kind of a broken play on the left side. He had a tackler right on him, able to shake him off and fight his way just to get back to scrimmage.
Now Hunter Stewart goes all the way out, outside the numbers on the near side as a wide receiver. Highland goes with a wide formation. Patton in the slot, 3 wide receivers, Daly in the pistol. 2nd and 9 from the 20. Cawthon through the middle, big hole for Chance Cawthon to the 23-yard line where he's tackled by a few Red Mountain linebackers. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, the line opened up that hole right up the middle, but the linebackers making sure he doesn't get past the second level. Very good tackling there.
Just a massive snap coming up in this game.
Enormous.
Red Mountain defense is going to dig their heels in. If they can get a stop here, stay out of 4th and short even, they'll get this football back.
Love to see some play action here by the Hawks. Look for that.
3rd down and 5. Ball on the 24. They need the 29. Hunter Stewart goes in motion across the formation. Daly takes the snap, starts to run across the middle. Dragged down by his shirt. He's going to be well short. Picked up 2 yards, but they needed 5.
Huge stop for the Lions. Their fans voicing their approval.
Do you put it past Blackjack Brock here?
Now this is the smart play in the semifinal game, especially with the way things are going. You don't want to give your opponent a field of 26 yards to get within 1. So Highland's going to send the punt team out. Jacoby Lane is back to return at his own 36-yard line. He's also got another man, Lennox Lawson, standing on the far side of the field. Preston Bryce standing at his 11. He takes the snap. Red Mountain, just a soft rush, only 2 guys. This is a spinning kick, which will bounce at the 34-yard line and then skip out of bounds at the 28. So that's where Red Mountain will start. They need to drive 72 yards. They've scored on 2 of their last 3 possessions. And all of a sudden, things have become a little bit more suspenseful in Gilbert.
Definitely. I mean, Red Mountain has all the momentum in this game. It's like a funeral on this side of the field, and those Red Mountain fans, they traveled pretty well, and they're loud. You can hear them. They've been waiting all game to have something to get excited about, and that 3rd quarter got them up, and the start of this 4th with a defensive stop has everyone a little on edge on the Highland side.
Well, simple to say, this is the most important defensive possession of the season for the Hawks. Throw across the middle, tip to the air, intercepted, what a play at the 46-yard line. Incomplete. I don't believe it. He just missed what could have been a game-deciding interception.
Quick to react off that tip drill there. Yeah. It looked like he had it, but the stripes are saying it hit the carpet, and another chance for Red Mountain.
The umpire came in emphatically.
No, he had a better view than we did, but from up here, it definitely looked like that was a decisive interception. Now Lawson through the middle, and he charges forward for 5 yards on 2nd and 10 to make it 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
4 down territory here?
100% with the way the scoreboard sets. They hand it to the running back, Villanueva. He's going to get stacked up, and not before he gains 3 yards. It's going to be short, though. It's going to be 4th down.
I think given the Red Mountain head coach told us exactly that he does think it's 4 down territory with that play call on 3rd down. He was comfortable with not picking up all those 5. And we got another big snap here. It seems like every few minutes we have a massive snap in this game.
Well, the game crescendoing right now up to this play. Red Mountain in the huddle, and now whistles and a timeout taken by the Lions, who want to talk over their most important play of the season to this point with a little extra time to make their decision on what they're going to do. No doubt that they're going to come out with the offense, Jack, but what's the play call on 4th and short? Do you just ram it straight through the middle? But Highland should be prepared for that.
I expect to see a little bit of a option play, maybe get your quarterback rolling out of the pocket where you can tuck it and run, or you can throw on the run. I mean, number 5, Jacoby Lane, is going to be in this play one way or another, and it's going to be all about Kyle Wright, who's been draped on Jacoby Lane all night, if he can stick with him.
Meanwhile, on our out-of-town scoreboard, Williams Field with a 14-13 advantage over Chaparral right now. They were down 7-0 early in that game, and now the Blackhawks of Williams Field have gone ahead in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
That scoreboard to me, 7 points to 6, looks like a missed extra point.
It does.
How crazy would that be if that decides a berth in a state championship game? This is the play of the game. They'll snap it from the shotgun. Crispin starts to run. 40-yard line. He's going to pick it up. He just got there. Just got across the 40-yard line for a 1st down.
And that effort that got him across the line came after first contact. I thought he was going to get stuffed. Spins out of a tackle and just gets it by about a yard, but clearly got it.
Momentum all with the Lions right now. Highland's got to find a way to create a turnover, get to another 4th down. They got to do something to flip this script.
But time still with the Hawks, and this clock continues to run. We're almost at 8 minutes remaining now. Receiver goes in motion. That was Suing to the far side of the formation. They'll drop it off to the far side. Pass is caught. Getting shoved out of bounds at the 45-yard line is Villanueva, who has emerged as a threat out of the backfield as a receiver in this second half. He picks up about 4.
A nice little flat route right there by the back. And even more convenient for Red Mountain. They get themselves out of bounds, stop the clock.
Ball on the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 6. They need the 49 of Highland. Send Villanueva out. Now they throw. Pass is caught. Suing slips a tackle. Tries to get back into the middle of the field. Highland was ready for him at that point, and they drag him down right near the 49-yard line.
Gaining yards is Red Mountain, but it's not sustainable at this pace, these little chunks, because as you mentioned, Jack, the clock's still on Highland's side. They're going to have to gash him at some point or another because they know they have to score twice.
So far, Highland is giving up the short routes, and Red Mountain has been willing to take it, but the clock continues to run. 3rd down and 2 from the 49. Crispin in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. He takes the snap. Goes down the middle. Pass too tall for his intended target. Another missed pass on an open receiver that Crispin overthrew, and it's 4th down again for the 2nd set of downs in a row.
2nd time of the drive, he's thrown high. The first time was a barely missed interception on the part of Highland. That time he had a man open. He had a step, and I could tell as soon as it came out of his hand it was going to be too high.
7 minutes to go. Red Mountain facing another 4th down. Another chance for Highland to get off this field, and they got to take it if they want to cinch themselves into the state championship next week.
Well, this nearly packed house at the Nest is on their feet, and as loud as they've been all season long. Crispin in the shotgun, 10 seconds on the play clock. Split back set right by Crispin. Now he motions out Villanueva. They'll set up a screen. Nobody's there. Crispin's got to run for this. Throws back to the middle of the field. There's a man there to make the catch for a 1st down. A sliding catch right when they needed it.
Wow. Unbelievable job extending the play by Crispin. And Highland, they're biting the bullet again here.
Brady Trejo and Abraham Hermosillo were hunting down Crispin coming off the edge. and another half second, Trejo would have gotten home. But he gets it out, and they extend the drive.
And that was designed as a screenplay, and Crispin did a remarkable job to go to the second option, a deep cutting in route across the middle of the field. He found his receiver, extended the drive, and likely their hopes for a state championship. Now a draw play, as that was a broken setup by the Lions, and Crispin's only going to pick up about 2. Clock continues to run now. We're inside of 6.5.
If you're down 1 score, you're obviously not at all worried about the clock, but they have to account for Highland getting the ball back and perhaps moving the chains once or twice. Remember, Red Mountain used a timeout during the last series.
And that missing timeout is going to become ever more valuable as time ticks away. Snap comes, Crispin rolls out, throws near side, suing again, gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5.
And Jack, like you said earlier, these chunk plays, yes, they're getting you yardage, but time keeps on ticking down. Red Mountain, they got to take a shot here once in a while.
Highland, as much as they want to stop, would probably be content with a touchdown ending after another few minutes off this clock.
That means trusting an offense that hasn't done anything in this half, though.
They'll take the snap. 3rd down. They'll hand it off, a draw play. Lawson coming near side. Gets a block at the second level. Leaps over the defender, but couldn't extend the rush. He gets inside the 30-yard line. Fell down after the hurdle attempt. Nautu made the tackle. And down to the 27 for the first down. Clock stops to move the chains.
These Lions will not quit, man. We're going to come down to the end here.
Got a late PAT.
Lennox Lawson goes in motion. Blitz comes off the edge, just gets rid of it. Pass is caught. He gets stuffed right near the line of scrimmage. The pass was caught by Lawson. It was motioned out in the flat. And Trejo, the linebacker for the Hawks, read that play and was coming after him like a missile.
You're going to start to see Red Mountain operating with more urgency. I'm surprised to see him go into the huddle even for just a moment at this point. They should have some scripted plays ready for situations like this. 5 minutes.
2nd and 10, ball on the 27-yard line. Lions down by 14. They were down 28 when this half started. Now whistles, pre-snap penalty. Flag on the play.
Lennox just vomited on the field right before the snap.
And he took a shot right in the stomach. And he's going to go over to the sideline and get checked on. But Trejo put the crown of his helmet right into the stomach of Lennox Lawson, and that can't be good for anybody's GI.
That is a tough false start to get. If that is indeed the call, that you were set and you lurched forward to vomit, and it's movement on the offense.
The guy lost his lunch. Nothing he can do about it.
2nd 15. Crispin in trouble, gets rid of it. Penalty flag is in. Villanueva makes the catch. He gets out of bounds after a pickup of 8. We'll see what the flag is for. Penalty was thrown by the line judge on the near side of the field. He communicates with the head referee, and we'll see what the call is. If it's against Red Mountain, it's going to bury them on this drive. It's 2nd down.
One thing Red Mountain's done is they have stayed ahead of the chains, and it's allowed them to have 3rd, 4th down and shorts that they've been able to convert. I don't think this offense is equipped, or at least not against a defense like Highland, to gain 20, 30 yards on a single play.
And with the script that they've been following in this second half, just getting 4 or 5 yards at a time, that would definitely hold true, but you got to think that Red Mountain, it wouldn't be the 5 seed if they didn't take some risks. So
2nd and 20 after the penalty. Ball on the 37. Crispin takes the snap. Highland rushes a few. Crispin airs it out. Far sideline, incomplete. Looking for Jacoby Lane, and once again a deep pass overthrown by Crispin.
Jacoby Lane saw the throw was going to be well beyond his reach, and he yard sails into the defensive back trying to draw a flag. The ref knows uncatchable ball. Good hold on the flag. It's going to be 3rd and 20.
So they take the shot on 2nd down, Scott. now as they go to huddle up. This is obviously 4-down territory.
Absolutely.
Do you try to get all 20 on this play?
Absolutely not. That's too much of a risk to take, even with 4.5 minutes left. I think you try to find yourself with 10 or 15 yards, give yourselves a conventional play to run on 4th.
4-down territory. Crispin takes the snap. Now tries to run. Back to the middle. Cuts to the near side. He gets dragged down by his jersey at the 33-yard line. Picked up 7, but needed 20.
Not sure if that was a design draw, but interesting way of going about a 3rd and 20, with your season on the line right there.
Highland dropped all 3 defensive linemen into a little mini coverage there. They didn't bring a pass rush. That's why it seemed like the gain was only a couple yards because the defensive line made the stop, but they'd really drop back a few.
Highland only puts 3 men on the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 15, and this is the game. Need the 17-yard line. Villanueva in motion. Highland brings a blitz. Crispin down the middle. Pass is caught inside the 20-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to spot him right at the marker.
No way that's the spot he just gave him.
They did not just give him the 1st down.
He caught it right near the 20-yard line and then rolled short and then kind of rolled to the spot. And we're going to have
a measurement
likely a decisive measurement in tonight's game. They have not moved the chains. The chains have stayed exactly where they are. The ball is spotted right at the 17.
This is not the NFL. You can't, once you're down, you're down. You can't roll.
I would be genuinely shocked if Red Mountain was granted a 1st down here.
Okay, here come the chains on the far side of the field. They needed the 17-yard line. This ball is right at the line to gain. And one side of these stands is going to go crazy.
It's going to be about 6 inches short.
He's short. And the side in teal celebrates.
3rd time's the charm for this Highland defense. They couldn't get off the field on 4th down 2 prior times in this drive. They finally get it here with 6 inches to spare.
He was short about 2 yards.
And I agree.
The refs with perhaps a little knack for some drama tonight.
Yeah.
Little appetite for suspense.
Right.
And he rolled 2 yards, and they gave him those 2 yards. But even after the fortuitous spot, Red Mountain is short, and it's the penalties that killed them on that drive. And Highland now a couple 1st downs away from a spot in the state title game. They send Hunter Stewart in motion. Molyneux's the running back. They give it to him going near side. Blocks develop. Molyneux picks his way back to the middle. Crosses the 20-yard line. Tackled there. Picks up 4.
No timeout from Red Mountain.
Interesting choice here by the Lions not to take that timeout. Down 2 scores, 3.5 minutes left. I'd be firing it off as soon as the play ends.
Well, with the time and the spot of the ball, Highland can get a 1st down, and Red Mountain can still theoretically get the ball back.
But not twice.
An onside kick is definitely in order if any comeback is going to occur tonight. Gage Daly in the pistol. Molyneux is the running back. What a night to break out for Carson Molyneux. He's got 2 touchdowns, and he'll get it through the middle. Breaks out of the pack. Comes near side. Slips out of a tackle. Close to a 1st down. He might have it. He's got it. 1st down, Carson Molyneux. Tough running from 41.
Could be the dagger by tonight's breakout star. Huge run by number 41. Highland on the verge of the semifinal.
Timeout, Highland. They're first. Actually, excuse me, timeout, Red Mountain.
I was going to say, Coach Farrell used a timeout.
With 2:55 left. .255 left in tonight's game. Highland scored 28 in the 1st half. They have not scored in the 2nd half. And in their place, the Lions of Red Mountain, the visiting team, the 4 seed in this 6A state playoffs, have put up 2 touchdowns to make things interesting. They just turned it over on downs back to Highland, who has the ball at the 31-yard line, and Red Mountain can only stop the clock one more time.
Tale of two halves for the Hawks, both last week and this week. Dominant first halves, followed up by little mediocre, I should say, in the second halves. But last week didn't kill them, and they're 2 minutes and 55 seconds away with getting away with this one.
Carson Molyneux joins Gage Daly, who's in the shotgun. Daly takes the snap. Handoff Molyneux. Goes middle. Gets met at the 32-yard line. Push backwards. And we'll see if the timeout is taken by Red Mountain after that play.
Yep.
And it is. So another timeout. Now both sides go over to huddle up. Well, Scott, you said it, tale of two halves, but fortunately for the Hawks, they built a really sustainable lead at that first half offensive explosion. Just surprising to see the offense kind of get stuffed a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is in part due to the Red Mountains offensive play calling. I mean, we saw in the last drive converting 2 fourth downs, taking up 4 or 5 minutes per drive. They've kept the ball out of Gage Daly's hands. It's got them back into this game, but unfortunately, it looks like they're going to just run out of clock here. Still another 2 minutes, 49 seconds to go, but hope certainly bleak with no timeouts left.
And Gage Daly, the senior quarterback for Highland, trying to put his team in the 6A state championship game for the second year in a row. Second and 9 coming up from the 32-yard line. And if Highland does advance, the game that matters most to them, Chaparral versus Williams Field, currently 20-14 in favor of Williams Field. Daly takes a snap. Handoff Molyneux. Comes near side. Got bottled up. And kind of charged forward for 2 or 3 more yards. And a short gain to make it third down.
Red Mountain cannot stop the clock. So this will go down to about 2 minutes. Of course, no 2-minute warning. So the next snap will take us inside 2 minutes. And if it's a first down, the game's over. If not, the game's still probably over. But Red Mountain will have a fighting chance.
Red Mountain with a stop here and a subsequent punt by Highland. They would get the ball back with around 1:20, needing 2 scores, so certainly improbable.
Third down and 5. Chance Cawthon is the running back. A first down for Highland ends the game. Cawthon near side, 40-yard line, is able to backpedal forward. Did he get the spot for a first down? Cawthon with a second effort, and these sticks will move, and Highland is going to the state championship game after a couple kneel downs.
Hawks are going to state. Is it going to be a trip to Tempe?
Williams Field has added the extra point. It's 21-14. And Highland could be looking at the number 3 seed in Tempe. Gage Daly, senior quarterback and 3-year starter for this Highland team, kneels down, and they are just probably one more snap away from winding these clocks down to 000 and going to Tempe next Saturday.
Phenomenal performance tonight by both teams. I mean, Highland got that 28-0 advantage at the half, but Red Mountain not phased, got themselves back into this game, but they're going to come up short.
They wind it down to 1 second. Daly takes a snap, kneels down, and they'll only need to run it one more time. Well, a little more suspenseful than they probably would have liked in this second half. But Highland's still going to come away with a 2-score victory.
They get shut out in the second half.
Gage Daly kneels down, turns, tosses the ball to the referee, and the celebration begins in Gilbert, Arizona. Highland is going back to the state championship game.
Some fans storming the field.
Gage Daly in his senior season couldn't ask for a better ending to his career here at the Nest. 1 win away from leaving high school with the 6A state championship.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight, Jack.
They are not keeping these Highland students off the field. They have rushed the field to celebrate with their Hawks, who are state championship bound for the second year in a row. And they will play in the big stadium next week, Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona.
1 win to go. Coach Farrell will have that ring he's talked about for so long.
The ring he's been chasing since 2017.
And the ring he has come so close to slipping on his finger during his time at Highland. Is this the year? Is 2021 the year that Brock Farrell and his coaching staff brings home a title to Highland? Be the first time in program history. So we welcome you up atop the booth. Jack Johnson, Jack Loader, Scott Sanduli over there. Well, gentlemen, this was not exactly the way they drew it up in the second half, but Highland showed the fortitude when they most needed it defensively.
Not a lot of things go the way you draw it up in playoff sports, no matter what game that exactly is, but you got to come out of there with a win. That's all that matters, and Highland got that done today.
Well, Highland comes in as the number 1 seed, and Jack, they played as the number 1 seed throughout these playoffs.
They did. Students are executing just a textbook mosh pit around the 50-yard line right now. Inspirational stuff. But yeah, Highland, they really locked up this game in at halftime. A scare in the second half, but it was never truly in any sort of jeopardy. And they're gonna have fun with this one for the rest of the weekend. They're gonna have to work this week to face either Chaparral or Williams Field. Looks like Williams Field still has that 1-score lead, which I think would be that'd be a break for Highland, although you never really want to pick and choose your opponents in the playoffs. But I think they'd like their chances Saturday at Sun Devil Stadium.
And what a scene in Gilbert, Arizona. Well, we've had a little bit of a radio call tonight because the streaming rights belong to the NFHS network. But as Jack pulls out the phone, fans have rushed the field. They're playing the Cha-Cha Slide, which is interesting in the list of celebratory songs to play when you go into a state championship game.
I like it. You know, they could have just gone with a simple celebrate good times, but
yeah. But they went Cha-Cha Slide, which I like. And Highland goes to the state title game. What a moment for these Hawks in Gilbert, Arizona. And most importantly, for the players that have been here since January working on this season, really since last season ended. And now it comes down to one game next Saturday.
Came so close last year.
Are we going to get Cam in the middle of that scrum?
Cam's probably getting trampled out there.
Cam's probably in the thick of things.
Yeah. He's a tough man, but no stranger to getting involved with the party, as we saw him on the push-up board a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Well, Coach Farrell has somehow gathered his team out of the crowd and brought everybody over for a huddle.
Thankful to not be on sideline camera tonight. I'm sure that thing would have hit the ground. For me trying to get into that mosh pit.
And Highland now 1 win away from the state championship. What a season. Started out with 6 straight victories, lost 3 in a row to the 3 best teams in the state of Arizona. Basha, Hamilton, and then Chandler came back, was down early against Castile, came back in that game, and it's just been authoritative all the way through these first 3 rounds of the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Every game that I've seen these guys play, they have found a way to get better in something. 6 straight victories, riding high. This Basha team came in here, and they got away with a victory, and Highland, going into the Hamilton game, the best team in Arizona by far. They lost by 20, but only 20. They gave Hamilton a game on their field, and then Chandler, a couple unlucky bounces. And they had a real chance to upend the Wolves that game, but the resilience of this team, coming back after those 3 losses, coming back against Castile, and now stomping through the 6A bracket on the way to the state championship. This is a very good team to watch and a very dangerous team to play.
And Red Mountain's season ends at the Nest tonight in a game that they really would love to have that first half back.
Right, because they commanded the second half. And especially that first quarter, I think the first couple drives, it was almost like they were asleep or they were still on the bus because Highland punched them in the mouth, and they never ended up fully recovering. But you're right, Jack. I bet they wish they had at least a couple of those drives back because they fell down 14 points short.
The Red Mountain team that got here by the skin of their teeth, won 20-19 in the first round, 14-13 in the second round. So they had their share of close calls and barely scraping by. But in order to beat Highland, you got to play a pretty darn good game. And unfortunately for Red Mountain, it took them until the second half to find their groove that way. And their season comes to an end.
So the celebration's still continuing down on the field. We'll see if we could get Cam to catch up with Coach Farrell or if he finds him in the crowd.
Sure, that's a very popular man in that mosh pit down there.
28-14, and the celebration just beginning tonight in Gilbert, Arizona for the Highland Hawks. Last home game of the season, and the last broadcast we'll do on the Highland Hawks TV network. But first, let's turn things down to Cam Miner down on the sideline with Carson Allen. What a victory. They are one win away for the state championship. Cam, how's everybody feeling down there?
Carson, it's pretty crazy right now. I was trying to grab you out. You guys were moshing. You guys were going crazy for the camera. You're going to the state championship. How are you feeling?
It feels good, man. It's a blessing to come out here, compete with the number 4 seed. Yeah, it feels amazing, man.
Then a lot of progression from the beginning of the season. You had majority of the carries this game, and you were getting through the holes. They just couldn't stop you. Everybody on the sideline was telling me, interview Carson, interview Carson. What changed about this game? Just what were you seeing down there?
It's my whole line. They're amazing. It's my coaches. They've taught me well. But yeah, it's vision. I don't know.
You had the vision. I know you guys are feeling good. You can see your team just going crazy. What are you guys gonna do to just lock in, just to focus up? You're gonna be at Sun Devil Stadium with the bright lights. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir. We are ready. We're gonna have a good week of practice. We're gonna stay focused and stay strong, and we're gonna win the ring.
Get the ring. You obviously know how to respond to the right questions, but you guys are going to the championship. How are you about to celebrate?
I don't even know. We're going to keep our cool. Sophisticated.
All right, sophisticated. Keep your cool. Seems like you're a poised guy, and you're gonna get right for the championship. Yes, I appreciate you.
Thanks, Cam. Let's check that. Carson Molyneux. 2 touchdowns tonight.
Tonight's rising star. He hadn't seen the field much this year. Steven Trujillo really ran that backfield, but Molyneux got the start tonight, and he made sure Brock Farrell made himself look good on that decision for sure.
Well, I mean, how about Coach Farrell starting Trujillo and Chance Coughlin as running backs 1 and 2 all season long, and then turning the keys to the Ferrari over to Carson Molyneux.
Interesting to say the least, and hey, it worked. Wonder if Molyneux had a good week of practice. Maybe those two were banged up, at least Trujillo. But we'll see. We'll see what he pulls out of the hat on Saturday.
So a couple deciding plays in tonight's game. Obviously the 4th down stop, but Highland had a 4th down conversion in the second half as well that extended the drive, really pushed Red Mountain back against the ropes, and Red Mountain was not able to mount the full comeback. They come up 2 touchdowns short. Well, Cam's still looking for Coach Farrell. They'll also try to find Gage Daly in that crowd.
Maybe they're already on the bus heading out to Sun Devil Stadium.
Unlikely, Scott. I think it is. You're right, Lewis.
Quick score update on the Chaparral Williams Field game. Chaparral is tied that ball game at 21 apiece. 2 seed and the 3 seed dueling in Scottsdale right now. And as this field is still densely populated, with Highland players, family members, and students. Cam Miner weaving his way through the crowd has pulled out another man to interview. Gage Daly, the quarterback, 3-year starter. He's playing in his last game next week and potentially is bringing home a state championship. Cam, let's go down to you on the sideline with Gage Daly.
Gage, throughout the season, the offense was having a little trouble in the first half. You guys would come back in the second half. You guys came out and put up 28 points. What was clicking for you guys?
Our tempo plays, we just kept it beat. Our offensive line was just dominating, so we just did our own thing and we could do whatever we wanted.
Now, you guys have been to the state championship before. It's time to run it back. So now that you've been there once and you guys are going back again, what is that veteran experience? How is that going to help you?
You know, it reminds me of the preparation I got to have, and I just got to do my part, and I got to get everyone else ready and so we can win a ring.
And it started to come down to the wire a little bit. They scored 14 points. It seemed like they were trying to creep back. How was that just staying poised? And then what was that feeling like when that clock finally hit 0?
You know, it was nerve-wracking, of course, because, you know, they were making a run on it. Then we were able to make a huge 4th down stop. And then Carson and Chance on that last drive was able to get 2 first downs, and we just knelt the rest of the clock out.
And after you took that hit, that concussion, you know, you started to sit back in the pocket a little more, wasn't scrambling. But today, I think some ankles are still left on the field. What got into you? What were you seeing down there?
You know, they left me room, so you know, I got to take advantage of it.
All right, for sure. And you guys are going to the championship. I know, as you can see, everybody's going crazy. Just how are you going to celebrate?
Go to the after party with the whole team, and then just get ready for the next week.
Go to the after party. They're just going to relax, chill, and just talk about the game. Relax. All right, I appreciate you. Good luck next week.
Thanks, Cam. We'll see if we can grab Coach Farrell one more time. That game will be at noon at Sun Devil Stadium next week, Jack. Does that kind of play any factor in play all-night games the entire season, then play in the afternoon?
I think it certainly does. They've been playing at 7 p.m. every game this season. And, you know, when you play a 7 p.m. game, you got your whole day before the game, and you start getting in the zone around 3 or 4. When you play at noon, you got to get in the zone as soon as you wake up. And your pregame routine starts with your breakfast, and then you're on your way to the stadium. I wouldn't be surprised if they're meeting and convening here around 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and then heading over to Tempe. But yeah, that'll definitely mess with you. Also, you're used to playing under the lights. Everything's different. You know, it's not like they've never played in daylight before, but I'm sure they'll be practicing a little earlier this week in preparation for that, and trying to get as many reps, especially with the receivers engaged, catching the ball with a sky backdrop instead of just a black night sky.
Well, he's 1 win away from the state championship, and next week he'll be manning the sidelines at Sun Devil Stadium. Coach Brock Farrell has coached this team for years. Now he's trying to bring them a state championship, and there's just one team separating him in the ring. Ken, let's go down to you on the sideline and get the thoughts from Coach Farrell.
Chaos, don't kill the joy. It's fine.
Coach, you're going to the state championship. How are you feeling right now?
Excited. I mean, that doesn't really describe it, but it's great to go back. But mostly I'm like thrilled we get to be in ASU Stadium. It's like a real state championship experience for the kids. They get to go back and try to finish what they started, so looking forward to it.
Like you said, go back and finish what they started. You guys have been there before. Now it's time to run it back. You guys were determined this whole season that these seniors, they wanted to get back to it. So what do you think you guys need to do just to come out successful and come out with that ring on your finger?
Yeah, similar to what we've been doing. Like I told some of the other reporters, we got to be us at our best. So we're going to worry about us versus us, have us execute at a high level at our best, and I think we'll get a similar result.
And you guys switched it up a little bit, putting Carson in on the run game. What do you think he provides to your offense, or what even was the mentality in just doing that switch up?
Yeah, well, he's definitely a change of pace, and he doesn't get tackled on first contact. So even though he might have gotten hit at 2-3 yards, it ended up being a 6, 8, 9-yard gain. He doesn't go down. So, and he did a great job. They were trying early to try and rip it out, I could tell. We fixed it after the first series. He had a great ball security, and it was over.
And what was that? They tried to creep back a little bit in the 14. They scored 14 points. It was funny because you actually talked about it. You said you guys didn't score in the second half. We jinxed it, but
I did.
What was that feeling like when that clock hit 0? You just saw your boys, just that pure emotion.
Well, if you want to bottle up pure joy, I think that's what it is. And you want to see a community that just is involved and you know, super thrilled for everything. Like, we may pack the stadium. The whole city of Gilbert may come, so we'll see.
And the boys said that they're going to celebrate by going to an after party. I'm guessing you're not going to be there. How are you going to celebrate?
Well, we have an after party every week. It's just I think everybody's going to go to it, so whoever's house it's at, I hope they're prepared. I always go with my wife and kids, and we go hang out at our T.O. Sullivan's to get some shepherd's pie.
Right. You never go wrong with that. I appreciate you, Coach, and good luck next week.
Cam Miner, who has been manning the sidelines for us all season long, and great work as always, Cam. Well, let's welcome you back up atop the booth. Three men calling tonight's game: Jack Johnson, Jack Loader, Scott Sanduli. 28-14, Highland goes to the state championship game next week at Sun Devil Stadium. Scott, final thoughts on tonight's game in Gilbert?
It was a heck of a game played by the Hawks in the first half. They took that 28-0 lead, really punched this Red Mountain team in the mouth. And, they slowed down the second half. Red Mountain held the ball from them, kept the offense off the field, but the defense made its plays when it counted. And I think this Hawks team has a very good chance to come home with a 6A state championship next Saturday.
Well, Jack, they'll be the favorites, but most importantly for the Hawks, there's unfinished business with Chaparral or Williams Field, because last year they were denied a state championship game in the same game last year. How about this year? They come in after not scoring in the second half for the second straight week. Is that a concern for this Hawks team?
I think a little bit. They're definitely going to look at the whole second half and try to build on one thing or another. But your offense operates differently when you're playing with the lead, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a concern. I think this offense can still score with the best of them.
Well, our final score update of the night before we leave you: 28-21. Williams Field has gone back ahead as the visiting team trying to advance to Tempe next Saturday. That'll do it for us on the Highland Hawks TV network. For everybody who's a part of our hybrid TV radio broadcast, thank you for tuning in. For Lewis McCurley, Cam Miner, up here atop the nest, Scott Sanduli, Jack Loader, I'm Jack Johnson. Thank you to our executive producers, Tanya Burdick and Alicia Holman, who have made this entire year possible. This is our last broadcast on the Highland Hawks TV network, and we want to thank you for tuning in all season long. It's been a great honor to broadcast these high school football games for a team that is now one win away from a state championship. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.